What's up guys, Ghost Tech TV here. In today's video I'm going to be comparing the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 8 Plus and the iPhone 7 Plus, and telling you guys why it's the same phone and there hasn't much that's changed between the two devices. Also, I'm going to be ranting about the iPhone X and why it isn't really a good idea to purchase it if you're going to be buying the iPhone 8. But, well, that's a whole other story by itself, so let's get into the video. First off, I'm going to be talking about the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus and why it is exactly the same as the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus. Right off the bat, the phone is has the same exact similar design. Take a look at this iPhone 7 here and look at the iPhone 8. There isn't anything that has changed between these two devices, but the material is made out of, which is glass, that's the iPhone 8, and aluminum on the iPhone 7. How is that a big change? It's typically the same device with a different shell. For a price way more expensive than the iPhone 7 Plus, and an iPhone 7 and an iPhone 7 Plus. So basically buying another device that's the same as the device you already own for a higher price than the device you already own for no reason. And Apple users don't see that. They just see the Apple logo and they say, well, yeah, I gotta buy that phone because it has the Apple logo on it, so yeah, take my money. That's stupidity. Like literal, that's literal stupidity. I'm not gonna waste my money on buying an iPhone 8 if the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 8 Plus is the exact same as my iPhone 7 or my iPhone 7 Plus. It makes no sense at all. Literally. Think about it, guys. Would you spend $600 to $800 on an iPhone 8 when you have the exact same device in your hands right now? You guys can answer that in the comments down below. My answer is no. That's basically wasting money right there. Sorry, that's my Facebook going off in the background. But yeah, that's basically wasting money right there. It makes no sense buying a device that's the exact same as the device you already own, with probably one or two upgraded features. One or two upgraded features, and a brand new iOS, which is iOS 11, which you can probably get on the iPhone 7. So it makes no sense upgrading, literally. Alright, now that we've talked about the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus and the similarities to the iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus, let's go on to the iPhone X. If you guys want me to do a separate video going into more depth on the similarities between the two devices, the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 7 and iPhone 8 Plus and iPhone 7 Plus, I will do that. If you guys want, just leave the comments down below and I'm gonna get to making that video if there is enough comments and enough suggestions to the video. Alright, so
take what you want from me.
At the iPhone X.
I'll give you everything.
Now,
all that and more you'll see. Just stay right here with me.
So, right off the bat,
love is not fiction, but this time the story's about a king and a queen will pretend to be with paper crowns.
now this device,
With paper crowns. With paper crowns. With paper crowns.
they're going to
You don't wanna leave.
basically what I'm trying to say
I'm the one to keep.
we're going to be
Got
buying
no enemies
and we're going to be going
out of our fortress with paper
right
crowns.
after you buy those devices, they release this device. So you basically wasted money on buying the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 8 Plus when you could have bought the iPhone X. That's one reason. The second reason is
Take what you want from me. I'll give you everything. All that and more you'll see. Just stay right here with me. Love is not fiction, but this time the story's about a king and a queen will pretend to be with paper crowns. With paper crowns.
sensor, flat. But it's really a lot of. I mean, the reason for the Face ID failing on the live conference is that the phone was used by many other people to enter Face ID profiles. What does that have to do with the Face ID? The Face ID should have unlimited profiles, or probably maximum could be 5. Yeah, I'm sure, but it's his phone. It was his phone, and his Face ID is supposed to work on his phone. How many people could have used that phone between the time they had the conference and the time he took to demonstrate the Face ID? I mean, it was his phone, right? And he's the one that's presenting the video, so obviously he's the one that's going to be using the Face ID, besides the engineers and the technicians. And how many engineers or technicians use the phone? More than 5? I'm sure it's only one engineer per phone. Well, and that's the reason. That's their reason for why that Face ID failed, which is a kind of a. I'm not going to say it full. I'm just going to say BS. That's kind of a BS reason. I'm saying BS because I'm not saying the full word, and I'm saying letters. Not really the censored version is BS. If you guys know what BS means, you're fine. If you don't know what BS means, don't study it. It's not important. But yeah, and they came up with this bezel-less idea, which I'm pretty sure they tried to copy from the Essential phone, which came out way before the iPhone X conference came up. And the Essential phone does it extremely well. The bezel on this phone basically makes no sense, because already there are videos being made on YouTube talking about how it's gonna look when you have to turn the phone in portrait mode, landscape mode, and be scrolling through web pages. The scroll bar is going to be blocked up by the notch there and hold the phone. We understand that the notch is housing all the important stuff like the Face ID sensors and stuff, and the cameras, and the front-facing speaker. Yeah, sure, it's housing all of that stuff. But if it can be any smaller than that, then you could have just made the bezel on top exactly how the Samsung made their S8 bezels. They didn't take away all the bezels because they know they have to put somewhere to put the cameras and stuff in. Even on the Essential phone, only thing they have on the Essential phone that they have on the front screen is the camera, and I'm pretty sure the camera has the speakers underneath or something. Well, I think the speakers to hear the front-facing speaker on the Essential phone is either on the very top of the camera notch, or, well, yeah, I think it's going to be on the very top of the camera notch, because they can't put it anywhere else. You can't put the phone behind. They can't talk behind your phone, because what they defeat the purpose of a front-facing speaker, which is basically the audio speaker you listen to when you make a call, and the rest speakers when you put on a loudspeaker. So yeah, that's another factor. And then the factor number 3 is the price. This phone is literally $1,000 for, I believe, what is known as the 64GB variant, and $1,200 or $1,299 for the 128 version. 128GB version, yeah. What the actual... You can literally buy an iMac computer for that price. Literally. You can buy iMac, you can probably buy a MacBook Pro. You can probably buy 2 MacBook Pros, the old generations. You can probably buy a Apple TV and other Apple products with that amount of money. The phone literally costs the exact same amount as their desktops. Like, what the is up with that? It literally makes no sense. And people are, and the thing that surprised me is people are gonna spend their money on this. They're gonna just say, hey, yeah, Apple, take our money. We don't really care how much it costs. Let's take our money. People don't think when they're buying Apple products. They just buy it because they see the logo and it's Apple. Yeah, let's buy it because it's Apple. Come on, people, you got common sense. Think. That's the Facebook message. Sorry about that. I might get the next one, but don't worry, guys. So yeah, you guys can give me your opinions down below on what you think about the video. All feedback is accepted. I read every single comment. I read hate comments. I read good comments. But the hate comments don't really change me, because I mean, people only hate because they're ignorant. Ignorant people hate. I'm not hating on Apple. I'm just saying what they did with these two devices makes no sense. and the people that are going to be buying these devices, they probably stupid as hell, because if they cannot see that the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus are exactly the same as the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus, then they shouldn't even have money to begin with. I mean, they're spending money on a lot of BS, because those two phones are the exact same thing. The only difference is they have a different housing, which is probably different material, which is probably glass on this iPhone 8, and on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus it's aluminum. Big change from aluminum to glass. Wow, that's a huge upgrade. When Samsung have been already been doing that for the past however long, since the S6 line, I believe it is. And then there are other companies that are doing the exact same thing, like Huawei. They have devices that are made out of aluminum and are made out of glass. Well, not completely out of glass, but I'm sure they have devices made out of glass. And the thing that I don't extremely get when it comes to people that buy Apple products is, why would you spend that much money on a phone that doesn't even give you half the features of a phone that you can buy for way less, get way more features, and probably even better camera than the iPhone? And people say they buy the iPhones because they have a good camera. The iPhone doesn't have the best camera in the world. The best camera in the world belongs to Nokia. I mean, Samsung cameras aren't that good, but as recent, the Note 8 camera has surpassed the iPhone 7's camera, and with good intent as well. So yeah, that's basically all for this video, guys. Tell me guys what you think down below. I think I probably said this before, before I continued ranting, but yeah. Give you guys feedback down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I'll try to see if I can make as much videos as I can for you guys, and come up with new ideas on making new videos. If you guys want me to do any more rants or any more topics on these devices, and it's a rant, but it's not a bad rant, so keep that in mind, guys. It's not a bad rant. I'm not bashing Apple. I'm just trying to explain something here. So don't chew off my head in the comments down below. I have had both devices, iPhone and Android, so I know the both experiences, and I most likely say I'll stick with the Android, because Android is ever upgrading. They're always upgrading, they always bring new features, and everything always changes, and there are many devices out in the market that support Android. Android is probably the most dominant OS on the market right now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I said this again for the third time in the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to comment and subscribe.